And good evening. Welcome to the Dirt Track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's the finale of the Mimi's Makings in Motion Speedweek. It's the Dirt Clash Super Street Series 75 here at the Dirt Track at Charlotte. My name's Chris Nunn. Thanks a lot for joining us. We are live here on LSR TV, your home for live sim racing. And Cody Wooten in the booth tonight, in the production booth, pushing all the buttons, making everything happen tonight. Finale time here for Speed Week. And right now, currently, take a look at the point standings as it keeps wanting to just, it doesn't want me to look at it. How about that? It just keeps wanting to download the thing. Evan C. is your current points leader, FYI. Or not Evan C., excuse me. I'm going to pull up the standings here. It's not wanting to pop up. I just had it. Like, literally just had it. We'll get back to you on the points. It's going to be one of those nights. I can already tell. It's Charlotte. How about that, though? Take a look at your race information. 15-minute practice, which will be concluding here in about a minute 40. Qualifying heats and mains and a 75-lap feature. Your race information brought to you by Race on Texas. Finally got the points to pop up. Blake Majulis currently leads Evan C. by 9, 271 to 262. Alex Bergeron in that third spot. Ryan Underwood in fourth. Trevor Fitz back there in that fifth position in the point standings. J.D. Brown, Jerry Flippo, Devin Morgan, Nick Cooper, and Drew Hopkins round out the top 10 in the points. Before we get started, we do want to send out a special thank you to a lot of our sponsors here tonight. Mimi's Makings in Motion, Hans Performance, Mike's Crazy Paints, KRM Digital Marketing, Swaggy Wraps and Graphics, Folds Graphics, DirtFan.com, Envision Custom Graphics, Dirt Class Super Street Series, Grace Productions, LMP Kitchen and Bath Designs, Scalf Race Wraps, Warrior Logistics, Loud Pedal Productions, and Richard Rocket Setups, all proud sponsors of the Mimi's Makings in Motion Dirt Late Model Speed Week. Oh, we got a brand new ticker up top. That's going to be very confusing for me, but we'll figure it out nonetheless. I like how Cody loves to put up the new stuff. I love it when he does that. It's good stuff. Practice about 37 seconds away from finishing. So with that, we will... You want to take a break, Cody? You want to stay right here? Let's take a break. We'll be right back. All right, time for qualifying here at the Dirt Track at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Dirt Clash Super Street Series 75. As we have got cars on the speedway. You see the ticker on the left side of your screen. 22 machine of Mason Clark on the clock at the moment. Kendall Tucker also in as well. Justin Sick joining us tonight. Jennifer Hans, Ryan Underwood, Chase Hardy. All kinds of good drivers here tonight. James Eden's fastest right now. Ryan Underwood now goes to the top spot in qualifying. Qualifying continuing at the moment, and I do not have a live timing and scoring today. All right. Right Underwood fastest, Nick Cooper second quick right now. James Edens, Kyle Dersham in that fourth spot right now. Trevor Fitz in fifth. Alex Bergeron sixth so far. 22 Mason Clark right now currently runs seventh. Matt Logan in that eighth position. 15.27 the lap for Underwood, 15.31 for Cooper. James Eaton's third quick, 15.32 as well. JD Brown goes to the fifth spot, 15.33. Ryan Underwood still fastest right now on the timing charts. Nick Cooper's second. James Eaton's, Kyle Dersham, JD Brown. Now Brandon Freeberg goes to the fourth spot. Blake Majulis now to the top of the charts. 15.27. How about Jennifer Hotz going to the third spot now? 15.31. Mama up top. So it's Majulis, Underwood, Hotz, Cooper, Freeberg, your top 5. Eaton's, Dersham, Brown, Fitz, and Bergeron, your top 10 at the moment. Okay, everybody is qualified so far. A minute left to go. We've had 26 cars take time. All right, Majulis up top right now. Once again, timing. We just got to run down the qualifying clock right now. Majulis, Underwood, Hotz, Cooper, Freeberg, Eaton's, Dersham, Brown, Fitz, and Bergeron. Your top 10, Flippo, Scalf, Grace, Ruggiero, Tucker, Hall, Toter, Logan, and Sizemore, and Clark, rounding out the top 20. I believe we're going to run 3 heats tonight. I haven't got a chance to see the actual format so far. I believe we might be running 3 heats. Should be a 9, 8, and 8 to break them down. I'm going to assume. So we got 5 seconds left to go here in our qualifying, and then we'll get set and rock and roll. All right, with that, qualifying is complete. Heat race number 1 getting set to roll out onto the speedway. Get your lineup here as soon as these cars start gridding out here on the racetrack. Your starting lineup brought to you by Walt's Beard Company. On the pole, the number 127 of Blake Majulis out of Asheville, New York. Former Morton Buildings World of Outlaws iRacing Super Late Model Champion and a 3-time World of Thunder iRacing League Super Late Model Champion. Outside of him, it's Nick Cooper in the number 35 machine out of Waterloo, New York, in the Firehouse Subs Dig Racing Shocks number 35. Row number 2, we'll see Kyle Dersham in 93 out of Anna, Ohio. In the Dice Race Design, Reflex Sim Racing, Kings of Sling, Wild Horse Broadcasting, World of Thunder, Mimi's Makings of Motion, DirtFan.com sponsored machine. Outside of him, Alex Big Bucks Bergeron, the number 12 machine out of Drummondville, Quebec, the Pit Logic, CSI Shocks, BK Designs, Miro sponsored 12. Row 3 on the inside. Starting 5th is James Grace in the 269 out of Fallon, Nevada. The Mimi's Makings of Motion, Speedy Setup and Tire Prep Specialist, Apex Subsidiaries, Grace Production sponsored machine, Dustin Hall outside of him. In the 331 out of Columbia, Missouri, H&M Automotive, Doug Perry Towing, Dominator Designs, and IRAP sponsored machine. It's his fault. It's Dustin Sizemore, the number 11 machine, coming to us out of Knoxville, Tennessee. He'll start 7th. Outside of him, Kevin Hodson, the 28 machine out of Lamont, Missouri. Mimi's Makings in Motion Speed Incorporated sponsored machine. He will start in the 8th spot. And rounding out the field, it'll be Justin Sick in that number 17 machine. Justin Sick making his first appearance this week, I believe, out of Naples, New York. The LGC Motorsports, Mimi's Makings in Motion, Highside Raceware, Schultz Heating and Cooling, All Out Design sponsored number 17. Find out how many transfer out of this. Top 3. Top 3. Go to the feature. Top 3. Here we go, underway in heat race number 1 here from the dirt track at Charlotte. It is Blake Majulis leading the field out of turn number 1 and 2 with Nick Cooper in that 2nd spot. Battle for 3rd shaping up behind him with Alex Bergeron and Kyle Dersham. As Dersham takes that 3rd spot away, car around, it's Dustin Hall. Caution is out on the racetrack. For the 331 machine, take a look at your swag, Z-Rapids and Graphics, Sim Division Instant Replay, and find out what just happened with Dustin Hall. Made a little contact there. Justin Sick had nowhere to go. Plowed right into him. Gonna line up our field. Majulis, Cooper, Dersham, and Bergeron, your top 4. Getting our field line back up. Once again, top 3 go to tonight's main event. All right, still trying to get the field line back up. Thanks everybody for joining us here on a Friday night, wherever you're watching us from. It is the finale of the Mimi's Makings in Motion Speedweek. Back underway. Here we go. Into turn number 1 and 2 they go. Majulis still leads. Nick Cooper back there in that second spot. Dersham trying to hold off Alex Bergeron. So you can only the top 3 go to tonight's main event here at the dirt track at Charlotte. 9 to go. Coming up 8 to go this time by. Majulis still holds on to the lead as they roll single file into turn number 1 and 2. Bergeron still holding back there in that 4th spot. He's got James Grace behind him. Dustin Sizemore back there in that 6th position. Kevin Hans back there as well in 7th, and it's Sick and Hall rounding out the field as they roll down the front straightaway to turn number 1 and 2. Bergeron out of the inside of Kyle Dersham. Slides up just a tick. Can't make the move stick as they roll out of turn number 3 and 4. He'll try to dive back down underneath one more time. He'll take that 3rd spot away from Dersham, but Dersham fights back now to the inside. That's the battle for that final transfer spot. That's the important spot, as James Grace now tries to poke his nose in as well as they go into turn number 3 and 4. Majulis still leads by about a half second over Nick Cooper. Down the front straightaway they go. Bergeron now starting to pull away from Kyle Dersham there in that 3rd and final transfer spot. Blake Majulis out front. Cooper still 2nd. 4 laps remaining here at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Going on board with Nick Cooper as we take a look at the front of his machine there. As you see Blake Majulis in front of him, your leader, as they go down. Almost made a little contact with that backstretch wall as they roll out of turn at number 4 down the front straightaway. We're going to be 2 laps to go this time by. Blake Majulis out of turn number 4. A white flag is in the air this time by, and he is up in the wall. He got up in the wall. Here comes Nick Cooper. Caught back up to him, but time is gone to run out for Nick Cooper. It's going to be Blake Majulis winning a heat race number 1. Brought to you by Grace Productions. Nick Cooper and Alex Bergeron going to go to tonight's main event out of heat race number 1. Race 2 brought to you by the Dirt Clash Super Street Series, which is bringing you tonight's 75 lapper as well. Ryan Underwood on the pole, number 46 machine, coming to us out of Elizabeth City, North Carolina. In the Team VLR Hunt the Front, TAC 3, Dirty Grass Soul, Newton Cattle Farms, Wise Power Equipment, sponsored number 46. Outside of him, Brandon Freeberg, the 171 out of Metamora, Illinois. The Freeberg Racing Components, Dyer's Top Rods, sponsored 171. Row number 2 on the inside. Downtown, J.D. Brown, the number 14 machine out of Bakersfield, California. Outside of him is Jerry Flippo in 13 in the A1 Spring TFR sponsored machine. Row 3 on the inside. The number 44, that'll be John Ruggiero Jr. Out of Lincolnton, North Carolina, John Ruggiero Jr. Row number 3 on the outside, it's Ethan Toder in the number 23 machine out of Damascus, Kentucky. The Envision Custom Design, Toder Family Racing, Bilstein Racing Shocks Longhorn Chassis, sponsored machine. Row 4 on the inside, it is Mason Clark in the number 22 out of Clare, Michigan. Reliable Energy Solutions, Red Rockets and Designs, Team Carter Speed sponsored machine. Tyler Berry outside of him in the 500 out of Hutchinson, Mississippi. Bo Crab's going to round out the field in that number 68 machine. Eureka, California. The TNT Auto Body Advanced Roofing Techniques Outlaw Boss School of Dirt and Krebs Design sponsored machine. Top 3, go to the show. Heat race brought to you by the Dirt Clash Super Street Series, and we are underway here in heat race number 2. It's going to be Ryan Underwood leading the field out of turn 1 and 2. They're going to stack him up 3, almost 4 wide out of turn number 2 behind him. A lot of contact being made. Freeberg in that second spot. J.D. Brown in that third position. Jerry Flippo runs back and forth. Contact between Ruggiero. He dropped a little bit back, does Ruggiero. Clark and Barry making some contact as well. Clark in the 22, Barry in that 500 machine. Everybody running about single file here as they roll out of turn number 3 and 4. Underwood continues to lead. Freeberg and Flippo round out the top 3 cars that do transfer into tonight's main event. Ethan Toder running in 4th, 1 spot out, looking in. Flippo trying to hold off Toder. Now going to look to the inside of Freeberg. That's the battle for second. Freeberg falls back to that 3rd spot. Now he's going to have to contend with Ethan Toder. Trying to get that 3rd and final transfer spot. A little bit of contact. Freeberg's in the wall. Down the front straightaway. Take a look at the front end of Ethan Toder's machine there. And that Mullins Race Engines machine there. Jerry Flippo right in front of him, but it's a long way up towards the front to your leader, Ryan Underwood, up there in that number 46 machine. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Underwood, Flippo, Toder. Right now, your top 3, 4 laps remaining. Got to be 3 to go as they come across the line, this time by Toder trying to figure out what he can do to get around Flippo here down that back straightaway. Out of turn 4, single file, down the front straightaway. Underwood, 1.1 second, the advantage right now over the field. Smooth as silk is Underwood. White flag going to fly, this time by for the youngster. In the number 46 machine, ripping the lip all around this 4/10 of a mile dirt track here at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Into turn number 3 and turn number 4, Ryan Underwood picks up the win in the Dirt Clash Super Street Series heat race number 2. Jerry Flippo going to come home in that second transfer spot. And Ethan Toder also going to make the show tonight in that number 23 T machine. So 2 heats done and over with here at the dirt track at Charlotte. 3rd and final one coming up, brought to you by Swag, E-Wraps, and Graphics. Row number 1, your pole setter, it's Mama, the Diva of Dirt. It's Jennifer Hans and Adam Noster, Missouri. And the MDM Motorsports Haas Performance, Mimi's Makings and Motion Speed Incorporated, sponsor number 11. Outside of her, the number 52 out of Petaluma, California, it's James Edens. Row number 2 on the inside, Trevor Fitz. And the number 28 out of Bakersfield, California, the D1RT and DRI sponsored machine. Outside of him, it's Eric Scalf in the number 17 machine. Coming to us out of Minford, Ohio. And the World of Thunder, iRacing, LinkDirtFan.com, Mimi's Makings in Motion, Ultimate Dirt TV, Grace Productions, Live Pedal Productions, Scalf Race Wrap sponsored machine. Row 3 on the inside, Kendall Tucker in the 00 out of Mount Airy, North Carolina, and the Swindell Speed Labs sponsored. South Bay Partners, HMS Motorsport, RE Suspension, ML Performance number 00. Outside of him, Matthew Logan in 41 out of Concord, North Carolina. Row 4. On the inside, it's Chase Hardy and the number 99 machine out of Stevens City, Virginia. And the Baby Ryan Speed Labs, Z Newton Graphics, Newton Cattle Farms, Auto Glass Expert sponsored 99. And Anthony Bates, outside of him, Anthony Bates in the number 99 out of Waterford, Pennsylvania, will start in the 8th position. Top 3 going on to tonight's main event. Again, this heat race brought to you by Swag, E-Wraps, and Graphics. Pace truck pulls off the racetrack. Green is out, and Hans got a good early start there. Out of turn number 4, and she will pull away into turn number 1. James Edens into that second spot as they roll down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Eden's got to play a little catch-up here with Mama Hans there. Trevor Fitz in that 3rd position as they roll down the front straightaway. Kendall Tucker now into that 4th spot. Chase Hardy in 5th. A couple cars back there almost tapping the wall down that front straight or down the front stretch. Take a look out the front of Kendall Tucker's machine, as he has got Trevor Fitz right in front of him trying to find his way to get around James Edens. They have caught up to your leader, Jennifer Hans. Top 4 running single file now down the front straightaway. Be 7 laps to go. Look at him sawing that wheel back and forth in that cockpit. There you see your top 4. Throw a blanket over him down that front straight or down the front stretch now, down into turn number 1 and 2. Hans and Eden still 1 and 2. Trevor Fitz back there in 3rd. Kendall Tucker trying to find his way in. Three wide for that second spot out of turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway they go. Fitz gets sideways and Tucker finishes them off down into turn number 3. Caution is out on the racetrack. Swag, E-Wraps, and Graphics Instant Replay. Going to take a look at exactly what just happened there in turn number 3. Contact made down the backstretch. Tucker kept in the gas, finished him off into turn number 3. Oh my. Well, Kendall Tucker, Swindell Speed Labs machine getting in to the D1RT machine of Trevor Fitz. I'm not going to say it's a coincidence, but it's not. It was just hard racing down the back straightaway. Getting our lineup situated. Hans, Edens, and Tucker right now, your top 3. Only the top 3 go to tonight's Dirt Class Super Street Series 75 here at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Blake Majulis had a 9-point advantage over Evan C. Evan C. not in the house tonight. That's probably going to lock up the championship for Blake Majulis. But we're going to have to wait till all the points get tabulated. And we're going to announce our winners of Speedweeks tomorrow. Still getting our lineup situated here, getting everything ready to go before we go back to green flag racing. Jim Emery, it was hard racing until somebody got turned. Here we go, out of turn number 4. Contact made. Tucker and Hardy down the front straightaway. Here to turn number 1 and 2. Down the backstretch. Hardy to the inside of Tucker. Down the backstretch. Hardy's at the inside line on Kendall Tucker out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. 4 to go, 3 to go, excuse me, as James Edens trying to hold off Tucker behind him. Out of turn number 3 and 4. Hot still trying to hold off Edens, Tucker, and Hardy down the front straightaway. Hardy to the inside of Tucker again out of 2 down the back straightaway. That's that battle for the final transfer spot. Right now, Jennifer Hans currently holding 0.3 of a second advantage here out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Into turn number 2, final time around down the back stretch. Jennifer Hans holding off James Edens. Kendall Tucker out of turn number 3 and 4. Winner of Dirt Clash Super Street Series Heat Race number 3. Going to be Jennifer Hans down the front straightaway. Contact between Edens and Tucker. Edens holds them off in that second spot. Tucker gets 3rd. Hardy comes home in the 4th position. Very, very action-packed heat race right there. C-Main coming up. Top 4 go to the back of the B on the pole. We'll see Kyle Dersham in the 93. Outside of him is going to be Mason Clark in the 22. Row number 2 on the inside, Eric Scalf, the number 17. Outside of him, the 331 machine. That'll be Dustin Hall. Row number 3 on the inside, J.D. Brown in 21. Outside of him, Anthony Bates coming up in the 24 machine. Row 4, Justin Sick in the 17. Outside of him, we'll see Bo Krebs in the 68. 4 will go to the back of the B main. Want everybody to get gridded here. C main brought to you in part by LMP Kitchen and Bath Designs. Getting a message from Race Control. I will relay it here to you here in a second. All right, due to a glitch in the iRacing, they could not give the 00 an EOL. They were going to give him an EOL for causing the yellow, but instead he's going to be starting dead last in tonight's feature. So Kendall Tucker will be starting dead last in tonight's main event. So that is word from Race Control. That's what took them so long after the caution. They were trying to give him an EOL, so they ended up deciding, since they can't do it, we're just going to start him dead last into tonight's main event. So Kendall Tucker is already going to be behind the 8 ball to start with in tonight's main event. Going to be starting dead last on the grid. Here we go. Underway in the C main. Top 4 go to the back of the B. Underway. C main once again brought to you by LMP Kitchen and Bath Designs. Dersham, your leader. Scalf, Clark, and Hall. Right now, your top 4. Those are the cars that will be moving on if the race ended now. Dersham, Scalf, Clark, and Hall still 1, 2, 3, and 4 at the moment. J.D. Brown, not used to seeing him back here in a C main, currently sits in the 5th spot. Going on board with the J.D. Brown here as he tries to fight his way into the field into tonight's main event. Out of turn, and look out, trying to hauling off that wheel there out of turn number 4 down the front or down the backstretch, excuse me, into turn number 3 and 4, trying the low side this time by. Once again, those of you that aren't familiar with the iRacing terms, EOL means end of line penalty. So, like I said, we were unable to give it to him. 3 wide between Brown, Dustin Hall, and Dersham's up in the wall. Dersham now falls back to the 5th spot. Got caught up there on the outside of the racetrack. Down the back straightaway they go. Clark, Scalf, Hall, Brown. Still 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5 to go here in this C main event. Let's get top 4 go to the back of the B. Down the front straightaway. Mason Clark still out front. Top 4 starting to separate themselves from Kyle Dersham in that 93 machine. So laps click down here in this C feature. Your leader, Mason Clark, starting to pull away from Scalf. Look out. Scalf into the wall there. Thought my producer was starting to say something to me there. With a one-person announce crew, it's we don't talk as much. We let you take in some of the action, hear some of the sounds. Clark, Hall, Brown, and Scalf, your top 4. And that is exactly how they're going to finish here in this C main event. Clark, Hall, Brown, and Scalf. They're going to transfer to the back of the B main, which is coming up next. Not sure how many we're going to take out of this one because it hasn't filled itself up yet. Take a look at race control here. We took 3 out of the heats. So 3, 6, and 9. 9 cars out of the heats. Taking 11 out of the B main. Taking the top 11. Row number 1, we'll see Dustin Sizemore. Outside of him, we're going to see Brandon Freeberg in the 171. Row 2 on the inside, Chase Hardy. Outside of him, we'll see James Grace in the 269. Row 3 on the inside, Tyler Berry in the 500 machine. Outside of him, Matthew Logan in the 41. Row 4 on the inside, it is Kevin Haas in the 28. Outside of him, the number 44 of John Ruggiero Jr. Row number 5, we'll see Trevor Fitz in the number 28. Outside of him, Mason Clark in 22. Row 6, Dustin Hall and J.D. Brown. Row number 7, we'll see Eric Scalf. So 11 out of the 13 are going to tonight's main event. B main brought to you by KRM Digital Marketing. iRacing formats are a lot different than formats I am used to in real racing. So like where I'm from, if we have 3 heats, we take the top 5 out of each of those heats, run 1 consi, take the top 5 out of it for 20 cars. I'm not used to the iRacing formats. Gene, appreciate the compliment. Thank you. Once again, thanks for joining us tonight. If you are joining us here on LSR TV, it is the Dirt Class Super Street Series 75 here at the Dirt Track at Charlotte. Chris Nunn here with you on the call in the booth. Cody Wooten in the production truck. Dustin Sizemore out front. Green is out. We are underway here at the Dirt Track at Charlotte. Sizemore going to the bottom of the racetrack. Freeberg in that second position down the back straightaway. Remember, the top 11 are going to the feature. So 2 cars are going to be going home unhappy out of this one. Out of turn 2, almost 3 wide, stacked up for the lead. Down there, Sizemore, Freeberg, Hardy. Out of turn number 3 and 4, they're still 3 wide. Hardy on the bottom of the racetrack. Out of turn number 4, your leader at the line was Hardy there by a split second. Sizemore going back to the top side, 2, 3 wide once more down the back straightaway. Top 11, there you see everybody right there, that top 11, that whole big group right there is Ruggiero. A little bit of contact with Mason Clark. Clark got underneath him. J.D. Brown now up to that 10th spot. Ruggiero right now is in that 11th and final transfer position. Dustin Hall and Eric Scalf right now, the 2 cars not in the show at the moment. Three, 4 wide, almost down the front straightaway again, down the front stretch. This track getting wider and wider as we speak. Ruggiero still in that 11th and final transfer spot. He's on the hot seat right now. Look out! Contact! Kevin Haas goes around. J.D. Brown got collected. Now they're out of the show so far. They need to hope for a caution. Right now, we're still clean and green so far with Hardy out front. Sizemore Freeberg runs second and third. Grace fourth, and Clark in the fifth spot. Dustin Hall right now is on the hot seat. Now Eric Scalf back on the hot seat now in that 11th and final transfer spot. Kevin Haas trying to close the gap here. All right, everybody up front, single file almost now. Sizemore, Freeberg, and Grace. That's the battle right now for that second spot. Out ahead out of turn number 4. There's going to be 2 laps remaining in this B main, brought to you by KRM Digital Marketing. After this B main, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back with feature action. Caution is out on the racetrack. Wow. Kevin Haas, Matthew Logan back there. Take a look at your swag gear apps and graphics. Sim Division instant replay here. And there you see the contact right there. And Kevin Haas just absolutely jacks that inside Uke tire. So that's going to shake up the lineup here. With just 3 to go. Only the top 11 going to tonight's main event. I'll line up our rest of our lineup here, get him situated. $75 lap main event coming up, brought to you by the Dirt Clash Super Street Series, the finale of the Mimi's Makings in Motion. Dirt Late Model Speedweek here on LSR TV, your home for live sim racing. Hardy, Sizemore, Freeberg, Grace, Clark, Fitz, Ruggiero, Hall, Brown, Haas, and Logan right now. Currently the top 11 on the racetrack right now. Pace truck gonna pull off. Gonna go green this next time by. Green is back out. Here we go. In tonight's B main, only 3 to go. Top 11. Going to tonight's main event. Two to go this time by. Now to turn number 1 and 2. Final time around here. White flag in the air. Hardy, Sizemore, Grace, 1, 2, 3. Freeberg. That 11th spot right now. Matt Logan and Scalf. They're running right there. That's for the final transfer spot. The 41 and the Haas right there. Eric Scalf going to be the lone driver, not making it into tonight's show, as Chase Hardy picks up the win in our B main. All right, going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with tonight's Dirt Clash Super Street Series 75 lapper here on LSR TV.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
Welcome back to the Dirt Track at Charlotte Motor Speedway here on LSR TV, your home for sim racing. It is the finale of the Mimi's Makings in Motion Dirt Late Model Speed Week. Been a long week, and right now, going in, it was a 9-point differential. It's Blake Majulis over Evan C. Evan C. not here tonight. This is pretty much going to, I was going to give it to Blake Majulis. And Alex Bergeron back there in that third spot. Underwood 4th, Trevor Fitz 5th, J.D. Brown 6th, Flippo 7th, Morgan Cooper Hopkins rounding out the top 10 in Speed Week point standings. It is feature time here at the Dirt Track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We will take a look at your starting lineup, brought to you by the Waltz Beard Company. On the pole, it's the money man. It's Blake Majulis in the number 127 machine out of Asheville, New York. Outside of him, it's going to be Ryan Underwood, the kid from Elizabeth City, North Carolina, in the number 46. Row 2, on the inside, it's Mama, the diva of dirt, Jennifer Hans out of Knob Noster, Missouri, in the number 11. Outside of her, Nick Cooper in the 35, coming to us out of Waterloo, New York. Row number 3, on the inside, it is Jerry Flippo in the number 13 out of Bakersfield, California. Outside of him, Petaluma, California, James Edens in 52. Row 4 on the inside, Drummondville, Quebec, Canada's Alex Big Bucks Bergeron. And the number 12, outside of him, starting 8th, out of Demossville, Kentucky. That's going to be Ethan Toder in the 23. Row number 5 on the inside, Kendall Tucker in the 00 out of Mount Airy, North Carolina. But via the EOL, he's going to start dead last on the grid. Outside of him is going to be Chase Hardy in the number 99 machine, coming to us out of Stevens City, Virginia. Row 6 on the inside, it's all his fault, Dustin Sizemore out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Outside of him, James Grace in the 269, coming to us out of Fallon, Nevada. Row 7 on the inside, out of Metamora, Illinois, it's Brandon Freeberg in the 171. Outside of him in the 28 machine, Bakersfield, California, is Trevor Fitz. Row 8 on the inside, number 22 machine out of Clare, Michigan, it's Mason Clark. Outside of him, the 331 machine, it's going to be Dustin Hall. Dustin Hall coming to us out of Columbia, Missouri. Row number 9 on the inside, downtown, J.D. Brown, the number 14 machine out of Bakersfield, California. Outside of him in the 44 machine, John Ruggiero Jr. out of Lincolnton, North Carolina. Row 10. Schedule, the 41 machine of Matthew Logan out of Concord, North Carolina, and the 28 machine of Kevin Hans out of Lamont, Missouri. Once again, don't forget, Kendall Tucker going to get that EOL to the end of the line for that incident in the heat race. He's going to start dead last caboose on the field. All right, you see the cars rolling around, getting set to go. Once again, big thank you to all of our sponsors here during Speed Week: Mimi's Makings in Motion, Hans Performance, Mike's Crazy Paints, KRM Digital Marketing, Swaggy Wraps and Graphics, Folds Graphics, DirtFan.com, Envision Custom Graphics, Dirt Clash, Super Street Series, Grace Productions, LMP Kitchen and Bath Designs, Scalp Race Wraps, Warrior Logistics, Lab Pedal Productions, and Richard Rocket Setups, all proud sponsors of the Mimi's Makings in Motion Dirt Late Model Speed Week. And here they come out of turn number 3 and 4. They've entertained you all week long. Get up out of your chair at home, wherever you're watching. It is the parade lap here. It is the Mimi's Makings in Motion Dirt Late Model Speed Week finale, coming at you down the front straightaway, 4 wide, here on LSR TV, your home for live sim racing. All right, car is going to get into formation, and we'll get set to go with tonight's main event. There you see the field. Kendall Tucker taking his spot back there in the back. 75 laps to distance. Coming out of turn number 4, time to sling a little dirt here, presented by All Around Advertising. Slinging a little dirt, presented by All Around Advertising. Check them out on Facebook, your one-stop shop for all your advertising needs. Whether you're a 30-year strong business looking to advertise on social media or just want to sell some personal items, All Around Advertising is the place to go. They handle all sales negotiations themselves to ensure you get the most out of every sale at a reasonable price. All Around Advertising. Find them on Facebook. Underway here at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway, 75 laps of distance, brought to you by the Dirt Clash Super Street Series, the finale of the Mimi's Makings in Motion Dirt Late Model Speedweek. Blake Majulis out front. Ryan Underwood sits in that second spot, half a second back. It's Jennifer Hans in third. Jerry Flippo in that fourth position. Alex Bergeron back there in fifth, with James Edens in that sixth position. Taking a look at Jennifer Hans, duking it out with Jerry Flippo. There's Bergeron there in that green and black number 12 machine. James Edens inside of him in that number 52 machine. Blake Majulis, though, out front. Been out front since the get-go here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Jennifer Hans now has Flippo underneath her as they roll out of turn number 1 and 2. Down that back straightaway they go. Hans holds on. Bergeron got a little sideways there. Almost got into the backside of Jerry Flippo. Car in the infield. Looks like that is James Grace. Pulling back out onto the racetrack. You're going to stay green. Falls in behind Kevin Hans there down the backstretch. Majulis and Underwood starting to pull away from the field as they roll out of turn number 1 and 2. There's Alex Bergeron back there in that fifth position. We are on board with Alex Bergeron right now, as you see Jerry Flippo in front of him up there in that fourth position. Bergeron sawing at that wheel, getting her through the turns right there. Flippo ahead of him in that yellow number 13. Hans in that number purple 11 machine as well. Blake Majulis, currently the points leader by 9, is looking to cement the Speedweek's championship with a win here at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Underwood still second now by 9/10. This 75 lapper, there's Underwood. Hans in that third position in the number 11 machine. Caution is out, and we've got a mess up in turn number 3 and 4. Sizemore, Logan, Hans, Ruggiero involved, Grace involved, going through the infield. There's J.D. Brown in the 14. Swag, E-Raps and Graphics, Sim Division, Instant Replay. Going to show us exactly what just happened. Contact between Clark and Sizemore sent Sizemore around. Ruggiero, Tucker, Brown had nowhere to go. Dustin Hall got collected. Logan, Hans, half the field collected there in turn 3 and 4. Check out this view here. We are on board J.D. Brown's machine. That is definitely being right there smack dab in the middle of it. Going to sort out our lineup here at the dirt track at Charlotte, here at the finale of the Mimi's Makings in Motion, a Speedweek event. The finale, the Dirt Clash Super Street Series 75. Pace truck pulls into the infield. We should be getting set to go racing here. Out of turn 4. Here we go. Good battle back here. There's Hans, Edens. Edens got a little crossed up there. Out of turn number 4. They're going to stack him up almost 3-4 wide now down the front straightaway. Majula's still out front. Tonight, $50 to win. And Blake Majula's looking to pick up another bit of pocket change. Won $1,000 earlier, another $50 earlier this week. He's just been picking up all the monies this week. Has Blake Majulis. Points championship ends tonight here at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Majulis still your leader. Underwood second. Jennifer Hans third. James Edens fourth. Alex Bergeron in that 5th position as they roll down the back straightaway. You see Hans, Bergeron, Edens throwing a slider on Jennifer Hans there. As Edens takes that 3rd spot, Hans going to try to dive back down low to slide up in front of Edens. Edens going to slide back now, back to the inside, down the back straightaway. Mama back there in that 11th spot out of turn number 4. Edens and Hans run there, 3rd and 4th. Bergeron right behind Jennifer. I know Patricia Payne's watching tonight. She's always rooting on Jennifer Hans. Be 400 to win the points championship. Once again, the points champion will be announced tomorrow after we get everything sorted out, figured out, and audited. Right now, Blake Majulis has a stranglehold on it right now with Evan C. not in the house tonight. Flippo up there in the wall in turn 4. So 400 to win the points championship here. It'll be almost a $1,500 to $1,600 week for Blake Majulis if he ends out renting out the points this week. There you go. Trevor Fitz up to 7th. He had to come from the C main and the B main. He played the alphabet soup, and he is up to the 7th spot is Trevor Fitz in that number 28 machine. He's got Jerry Flippo in his crosshairs now down the front straightaway. He'll go to the high side, and he will shoot around Flippo, but Flippo's going to give him a little bit of a battle there into 3. Hans up there as well. As Trevor Fitz goes to 6th, he's once more going to 5th now. From the C to the B to the top 5. Kendall Tucker from the back of the pack. He is up to 9th. Once again, he had to start dead last on the field due to a heat race incident. Where he took out Trevor Fitz. Tucker dove it in low one more time. Flippo and Cooper duking it out back there in front of Kendall Tucker in that 00 machine. Kendall Tucker up to 9th from the tail. Down the front straightaway they go. Taking a look in the back of the field there's Ruggiero in that 11th position. Freeberg and Brown duking it out. Back there, Ruggiero runs 11th, Freeberg 12th, Brown 13th, Mason Clark 14th as we look back in the field. There you see your leader, Blake Majulis, out front. Underwood back there in second, 1 second behind. Taking a look on the onboard camera, let's take a look at what your leader sees, which is absolutely nothing but a bunch of clean air in front of him. As we go on board, down the back straightaway with Blake Majulis. See how smooth he is there. Just on the wheel, back and forth out of turn number 4. One of the smoothest you'll see in the iRacing ranks is Blake Majulis. Ryan Underwood back there in that 2nd spot. James Edens 2 seconds back in 3rd. Alex Bergeron almost 3 seconds back in the 4th spot. Here we go. We've got Kendall Tucker and Trevor Fitz. There's Tucker in the 00. He's got Trevor Fitz in his crosshairs down the front straightaway. Those two got together in their heat race earlier tonight, and Tucker is closing in on Fitz very quickly down the back straightaway. Kendall Tucker, Swindell Speed Labs, Fitz in a D1 RT machine. Let's see down the front straightaway here. Tucker right underneath him, trying to take the air off that back of his car there. He'll dive underneath, no contact mate. Down the front straightaway they go. Good pass there by Kendall Tucker. Now Fitz slides Tucker. Tucker goes back underneath. These two, like Tom and Jerry, man, they just it's going to pester each other the rest of the race, I believe. Tucker got the advantage on the high line there, down the back straightaway. Past the midway point of this one. There we see Mama Hans. She's fell back to the 12th spot. Ruggiero now looking to the inside of her. In out of the 12th position. Hans falls back to 13th. Dustin Hall now back into the 14th position. Take a look on board with Jennifer Hans. Take a look at what she sees there. She's got Ruggiero in front of her, running the low side of the racetrack there. Rip going away there on the high side, looks like, as everybody trying to rifle down to the bottom of the racetrack. Once again, we are past halfway here at the dirt track at Charlotte, here at the Dirt Clash Super Street Series 75, here in the finale of the Mimi's Makings in Motion. Dirt Late Model Speedweek on LSR TV. Got a car around. Looks like, was that Dustin Hall? Yes. It was. Dustin Hall goes around. Caution out on the speedway. Here, take a look at your swag E-Wraps and graphics, Sim Division Instant Replay. Take a look at what happened with Dustin Hall. Tire, that inside tire got another victim, and this time it was Dustin Hall on that 331 machine. All right, it's going to group everybody back up. So Blake Majulis will now have Ryan Underwood back on his tail. Majulis has led the whole way. Once again, he has already got almost $1,200. Looking to make it a $1,600 or $1,700 week if he ends up being the points champion for this week. Once again, we have to audit all the points, make sure everything's okay. As far as all the points go, we're going to announce our Speedweek champion tomorrow. Field getting lined up in the Delaware double file restart. Can anybody have anything to do with Blake Majulis as he takes the green back out underway here at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway? Underwood and Bergeron run second and third. James Edens in that fourth position. Kendall Tucker from the tail rounds out the top five. Cooper and Fitz also from a C-main up there in that seventh position as they roll down the front straightaway. Caution out one more time. Hopefully this is not the start of a long, ever-ending run of cautions. Swag, year absent graphics, instant replay. Ruggiero got up in there sideways, and the whole calamity right there caused an iRacing caution, I believe. Blake Majulis, still your leader. Getting down to the nitty-gritty here in this one. Single file restart in effect here. Back underway. Blake Majulis got a good start there. Immediately pulled out to about 3-4 car lengths over the second place running Ryan Underwood. Bergeron back there in the third spot trying to hold off James Edens. You see Bergeron ripping the top side down out of turn number 3 and 4. Pretty wide racetrack we've got tonight. You can run bottom, middle, top groove. Alex Bergeron trying to find a way to get around Mr. Underwood. There you see how close to the wall Kendall Tucker is as he goes into the turns. So check out how close that right rear quarter panel gets to the wall. He is right up there. You see the Charlotte logo go right by. There you see your leader, Blake Majulis, 1.2 seconds. The advantage right now over Ryan Underwood. Almost a full straightaway. 19 laps remaining here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Majulis, Underwood, Bergeron, top 3. Tucker and Edens run 4th and 5th. 1.9 seconds the advantage right now. Blake Majulis absolutely making a mockery of this one. Going on board right now with, look out, contact between Bergeron and Underwood. That's going to allow Kendall Tucker to slide into that second spot. Good camera work right there from our producer. He was right there in the middle of it. As much as I hate giving Cody Wooten any credit for anything. Just kidding. Good job, Cody. Every blind squirrel finds a nut. Look out, contact between Cooper and Edens. Things are getting a bit dicey up front as James Edens goes to the second spot. While this is happening, that's allowing Blake Majulis to pull away to a 3-second advantage. Ryan Underwood has found himself back up to the second spot, however. You would think these guys are racing for $1,000, but no, it's only for second. Tucker now pulls back to the inside of Underwood. Or the outside, excuse me. Bergeron now looking to the inside. Out of turn 4, 3 wide for second down the front straightaway. Meanwhile, Blake Majulis is somewhere, he's about another zip code away. There he is right there. But we're going to go back to our battle for second here. I just want to show you how far behind those guys are from Blake Majulis. Edens now to second. Kendall Tucker from the back to third. Down the back straightaway. 13 to go. There's going to be 12 to go. Coming up this time by as Underwood slides Bergeron. Bergeron goes back to the inside now. Now Tucker to the inside of Edens. That's for second. Good power move there to the inside of 3. Slide job from Tucker. Edens, though, does the crossover back underneath out of turnover 1 and 2. Now Underwood slides up almost into the side of Kendall Tucker's machine. Bergeron going to go to the inside now. Down the backstretch. He'll take the 4th spot away. 11 to go this time by here at their track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Majulis 3.9 seconds, the advantage. Four seconds, 9 to go this time by. There's the gap between first and second here at their class Super Street Series 75 here at their track at Charlotte. Tell you what we should do. We should just invert the entire field and run another 75 laps. 8 to go this time for Blake Majulis. 4 seconds, the advantage over Edens. Tucker back there in third. Bergeron fourth. Ryan Underwood clinging on to the 5th spot, but he has got J.D. Brown behind him. J.D. Brown also from a C main, working his way up towards the front of the field. We are on board right now with Ryan Underwood as he is currently trying to hold off J.D. Brown. And you see how high he is on the racetrack. There's J.D. Brown right there to the inside of him. And Alex Bergeron is about as low as you can get without hitting one of those tires. He just drove over one of the tires. He's not close. He's right on it. Tucker in that 3rd spot. Bergeron back to 4th. 4 remaining. 5 seconds. The advantage now for Blake Majulis over James Edens as Majulis is catching lap traffic right now. It'll be Jennifer Hans coming up. The lap car in front of your leader. Her tires just went completely away, did Hans. Well, Hans slides up in front of the Majulis there. Majulis had to check the brakes there. White flag this time by for your leader, Blake Majulis. 4/10 of a mile to go. And he will be your tentative Speedweek champion. Nothing's official until we get the points tabulated tomorrow. But he has absolutely got a chokehold on this one. Out of turn 4, your winner, the Dirt Clash Super Street Series 75. It's Blake Majulis. 4 seconds back in second. It's going to be James Edens. Kendall Tucker come home in the 2nd spot. All right, we're getting word from our race control. It is official. Blake Majulis has won the 2020 Mimi's Makings and Motions Speedweeks Championship. We're going to give you your full field rundown. Blake Majulis was your winner. James Edens 2nd, Kendall Tucker 3rd, Alex Bergeron 4th, Ryan Underwood 5th, J.D. Brown 6th, Mason Clark 7th, Nick Cooper 8th, Trevor Fitz 9th, Ethan Toda rounding out the top 10. In 11th place, Dustin Hall. 12th was Jerry Flippo, James Grace 13th, John Ruggiero Jr. 14th, Matthew Logan 15th, Chase Hardy 16th. 17th place, 1 lap down, Jennifer Hans. 18th place, 1 lap down, Brandon Freeberg. 19th place, 33 laps down was Dustin Sizemore. Rounding out the field, 38 laps down was Kevin Hans. We're going to take a quick break here on LSR TV, and we'll come back with our winner interviews here in just a moment. All right, welcome back here at LSR TV, your home for live sim racing. Chris Nunn here with you tonight, your Clan Wars post-race show. We have tonight's winner and officially your Mimi's Makings in Motion Speedweek champion, Blake Majulis. What a week for you, brother. Picking up a little pocket change, winning some races along the way. How about it? You got to be pretty happy right now.
Oh, hell, this is about the best week I've ever had, even money-wise. I made some good bank this whole week, especially that $1,000 helped a lot, and how this $400. It's just about under $2,000 in 1 week. I can't complain. My stuff's been dialed all week long, qualifying. I can never qualify, and I got my stuff together this week and qualified right up front every single race, and that's what you need to do in these races. And, the race tonight, the track was a bit different. I ran the bottom to middle almost the whole race, and I feel like I could have, been just as good if I didn't go to the top of there the last couple laps. And I just knew I was good on fuel, so I was trying stuff, and I knew I had a big lead. So, we were definitely really good there.
You kept it close, only 5 seconds between you and James Edens, but hey, you look like you're out there for a Sunday drive. It's like I said, it's been a pretty good week for you. You've looked good all week long. I'm not a driver. You said you weren't very good at some points and times, but when you're looking at the screen, it looks like you're running perfect. So in your words, what did you mean by you weren't very good at sometimes?
Yeah, I missed on setup a little bit last night, and Evan was just better, and I think me, Evan, and a few others, we're just so valid on setup wise that if you miss one thing, they know what to do. And one of the few drivers that know their stuff on setup is definitely going to have the right package. So you miss one little thing, it's going to cost you. And I tried some stuff last night and it cost me. So it's just the little things that that can give you a little bit more drive or speed when it gets slick. And I was good early last night and fell off at the end, and tonight I was worse in the beginning and good at the end, which you need. So, it's just kind of the case where somebody's going to hit it right, and sometimes it's going to be you, sometimes it's not.
Mimi's Makings in Motion, crowning you our 2020 Speedweeks champion. How's that make you feel?
Oh, that's awesome, man. Like I said, I can't appreciate this series anymore. This week has been awesome. I appreciate all the sponsors putting all this money up. It's really good for the entry fee we had to pay. So, I can't complain at all, and I hope Steve can do some more stuff like this. This was awesome.
Are you speaking of sponsors? Who's helping you out? Who do you want to give a big thanks to?
Yeah, well, first off, thanks to you for giving all your time this week and all the late nights and doing all this broadcast stuff. I know it's not easy, so thanks to everybody broadcasting, especially you, Chris. I appreciate it. UNRT Racing, everybody on the team. We've been working hard. Sim Seats, Matt Logan at ML Performance, Design 75, Jeremy Ray, Tanner Folds for the wrap tonight. Can't thank him enough. He came in clutch with the paint tonight. You guys for broadcasting again. My girlfriend Tia for everything she does. Everybody that watched, thank you.
All right, that is your champion and your winner tonight, Blake Majulis. Now we are going to bring in, hopefully, as we bring in James Edens, tonight's runner-up. James, congratulations on a second-place finish. It was a long race for you. It got a bit dicey there with about 10 to 15 to go. You and Underwood and Tucker and everybody. How hairy was it there from your perspective?
Yeah, we got racing there, and there was about four of us under a blanket. I kind of kept my line going in the middle and just let them race it out and sneak by where we could. And then once we got open track, it seemed like we picked up a few miles an hour and was able to drive away from them. So, but yeah, it's always hairy when you got a four car race for one spot there.
You guys are like you're going for just one piece of real estate there, right there at about the middle bottom of the racetrack there. But second place in a race like this, a long one. You can't. It's nothing to sneeze at, though, right?
No, for sure. 75 laps is a long time. Just surviving is a big thing, and then having a car to run up front at the end is also another big thing. So, I think we missed the setup a little bit. We were just way too loose. So, I'll definitely take second after 75 laps of that.
Who you got helping you out this week? Who do you want to give thanks to?
I just got to thank the Speed Lab guys and all our sponsors: Bell Helmets, K1 Race Gear, Race Electronics, HMS Motorsport, South Bay Partners, and then Down Under Graphics.
All right, that is James Edens, tonight's second place finisher. Now we are going to hopefully move We're going to bring in our third place finisher, Kendall Tucker. Kendall kind of got put behind the 8 ball there in the feature due to that heat race incident there. Did that light a fire underneath you for that feature?
I mean, it definitely pissed me off, to say the least. I don't know why I'm getting sent to the rear for something like that when somebody's more coming down into me than me coming up into them. So, I mean, if anything, it was a racing deal, but obviously they didn't see it different. They saw it differently. So we had to come from a 24th to third, you know. So it was nice, you know, ripping the vinyl off all them guys that were complaining about me getting that EOL. So just you know, it would have been nice having a late race caution right there. I don't know if we would have had anything for Magillus. He was pretty checked out, but I think I just made a couple mistakes when trying to get by Edens right there, and then once me and him got to battling Underwood, he got in there and wiped us out, and that just put us even farther behind Edens, and we just had a really damaged race car at that point. But just, you know, 24th to third when it should have been starting 8th or 9th, so we'll just had to pass 21 more cars than we should have, but that's just how it is sometimes.
Early on in the race, you got caught up in a big incident as well in the back of the pack, so that was probably another thing that kind of, you quote unquote, pissed you off a little bit for being back there in the back, right?
Yeah, I mean, I just going back there. I mean, it's tough. Them guys are always racing hard back there. So I mean, I wasn't able to push as hard as I wanted to early. We didn't really start picking cars off until about little before midway, and but once the track slickened off for us, and I mean, the car, it came to life. I mean, before that, one of them cautions come out, once we got to 5th or 6th, they said we was running laps faster than Magillus up there when we had clean tracks. I mean, it's not like we didn't have the speed, just didn't need to be given that EOL, but we'll take it, and we'll just go to the next one.
Speaking of the next one, you know, Speedweeks is over. World of Thunder is not starting up for another couple of weeks. What's next for you guys as far as iRacing goes?
I mean, I'm ready to get out of a late model, honestly, and get back into a sprint car. It's just, in my opinion, the sprint cars, they race 10 times better. You got all these guys in there in late models complaining about how certain people drive and stuff, but I'd love to see these guys, you know, try their hand in a sprint car, because I mean, you hit wheels in a sprint car, you know, you're probably going to end up on your lid. So I mean, it's just it's funny hearing some of these guys in here talk about racecraft when it'd be pretty funny to see them race without fenders.
As far as sprint cars go, I know you're a wing guy, but you ever dabble in the non-wing sprint car stuff?
I mean, honestly, I enjoy driving about every car that the dirt portion of this stuff has to offer. I mean, I'm pretty competitive in all of them, and I feel like I can win a race and be up front in every single car on here. So I mean, there's not a lot of guys that can say that. So I mean, we'll just try and keep being up front, you know, in these races, and we'll just keep picking off these wins. You know, it's tough going back and forth between these cars, especially. I mean, I think it hurts me a little bit sometimes, but I mean, nevertheless, I mean, we're always seem to be in contention or have a pretty fast pace to be up front. Just the Speedweek deal was pretty rough for us. You know, we sat out last night. We just kind of got bounced off of by them guys that were complaining about me tonight. So it's just it's funny, they get a piece of their action back to them, and it's just funny how they act.
And speaking of Speed Weeks, it's been a long week, you know, for everybody. Who's helped you out this week? Who you want to give thanks to?
Yeah, just my guys at Swindell Speed Lab and Slick Sim Sport. You know, they always give me a fast piece to go out and compete for wins in. So, you know, that's all I can ask for. So just thanks to them guys for everything they do for me, you know. And I actually got to thank K1 Race Gear, Bell Helmet, South Bay Partners, HMS Motorsport Racing Electronics, and Emma Performance. And, you know, thanks to Steven and the guys for, you know, putting on the Speed Week deal. It was definitely tough. There was a lot of difficulties and stuff throughout the week, but it's just part of it. And, you know, in a Speed Week deal or Hell Tour, however you want to call it. So it's just, hopefully they'll put it on again next year, and we can all learn from mistakes from admins to drivers, and hopefully put on a little better show next year.
You got a shout out from the chat room. Kathy Beaver says, "You're the man, buddy. Proud of your attitude always." So you got one shout out there.
Yeah, that's my grandma. She always she supports me in everything I do. My whole family has, whether it be basketball and baseball growing up to running iRacing and stuff. You know, they're always supporting me, and I can't thank them enough for their support always.
All right, Kendall, congratulations on the third place finish. We'll be seeing you soon.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, that is tonight's third place finisher, Kendall Tucker, here at the Dirt Track at Charlotte for the Dirt Clash Super Street Series 75. And that's going to wrap up a great week here on LSR TV, your home for live sim racing, the Mimi's Makings in Motion Speed Week event. Once again, I want to thank our sponsors, Mimi's Makings in Motion, Hans Performance, Mike's Crazy Paints, KRM Digital Marketing, Swaggy Graphs and Graphics, Fold Graphics, DirtFan.com, Envision Custom Graphics, Dirt Clash Super Street Series, Race Productions, LMP Kitchen and Bath Designs, Scalf Race Wraps, Warrior Logistics, Loud Pedal Productions, Richard Rocket Setups, LMP Kitchen and Bath Designs. I want to thank them one more time, and everybody that helped out on this week. For myself, Chris Nunn in the booth, I also got to thank Wesley Outland, Zach Newton, Cody Wooten in the booth, BJ Duvall, Steve McMillian, Brett Wheeler for his help this week as well, and anybody else that we might have forgot. I apologize if we forgot you. Nonetheless, we will see you again soon. My name's Chris Nunn. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy your weekend. Good night, everybody.
This broadcast is the copyrighted work of LSR TV and may not be rebroadcast, retranslated, or used in any form without the express written consent of 52 Media LLC and iRacing.com Motorsports Simulations. LSR TV would like to thank you for your support, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast.